What's up, everyone? This is Puka, and I am glad to announce the third annual Top Cut Invitational will be happening this year at the World Championships in Vancouver. This tournament happens every year the Sunday after Worlds, after the closing ceremony is over. We take 8 of the best and brightest players in the world, we take them over to the open play area, and we stream the tournament live and post the games later so that you guys can see some high-class, world-class players go at it. And it's really meant to be an entertaining tournament where we just see some high-level competition, get to know the players better, and it's really an awesome tournament, and I'm glad that we get to host it once again. Now this year we're trying to change it up a little bit. Normally we tried to take, like 4 of the best established players. We had like Jason Kozinski, Sami Sakum, Sugiyoshi Yamato, Yuto Komatsuda. We had those 4 guys the first 2 years, and then we would have 4 players who were kind of on the rise, or who had just won a big tournament. But this year we're kind of switching it up a little bit. We're just kind of trying to feature the stars that are breaking out right now. Pokemon is at a point where there are a lot of new stars breaking out currently, and we've just had a lot of new players come out of nowhere to win big events. So we want to just kind of ride the wave of that and let some of those guys show us what they got. So this is an 8-man tournament. I wish we could invite more people, but there's just not enough time. We do this right after the World Championships. The tournament usually doesn't start till like 7 p.m. and it doesn't get done until like midnight, so adding more players really isn't feasible. But I really think we picked a fun lineup this year, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's take a look at the players we have this year. So first off, we have Igor Costa from Portugal. He is the 2012 World Champion. I mean, what else can you say? We haven't heard too much from Igor since he won. He does live in Portugal, so we don't hear too much from that side of the world. And this would be a good opportunity to see him play again. I'm sure people are looking forward to seeing. I mean, he kind of came out of nowhere to win the World Championship last year. He has won Portugal's national championship 4 times, so obviously he knows what he's doing. A very solid player, and I'm looking forward to seeing him again here in the Top Cut Invitational. This was an easy pick for us. We pick the World Champion and the U.S. National Champion every year. So this was our first pick, easy pick. I'm looking forward to seeing Igor. Now, the next player we have is actually Harrison Levin, the guy who took 2nd place at the World Championships last year. So it should be interesting to see how this dynamic works out. Maybe we'll see a Harrison versus Igor rematch. Who knows? Harrison has had an incredible run over the past 2 seasons, of course. 2nd place at the World Championships. He won a regional championship last year. He took 2nd at a regional championship this year. He has some absurd number of championship points. So he is clearly one of the game's rising stars. And we're glad to feature him this year. I'm sure he'll put on a good show. I don't know what else to say about him. He's just one of the game's rising stars, and we want to be able to feature him. So we have Harrison as well. And then, of course, the U.S. National Champion, Edmund Kuras, who, again, just kind of came out of nowhere with that Gothitelic Selgor deck and went through 926 other players in the Masters division at U.S. Nationals, and he won the tournament. So, of course, we feature the U.S. National Champion every year. Edmund is no exception. This guy knows how to play. He is an incredible player. I mean, he actually qualified for Worlds last year, kind of took the season off this year, and then just played in Nationals, and then won. So, excited to get to see him more. I feel like this is a player that's kind of gone under the radar, and now will have a chance to shine. And speaking of that, we're also going to feature his opponent from U.S. Nationals, Ryan Sablehouse. Now, Ryan, he's actually been playing for a very long time. He's performed consistently well at the state and regional level for years and years and years. He's actually won a regional championship the past 2 years, and he's qualified for Worlds a lot of times. And now, this was his big breakout performance, 2nd place at U.S. Nationals, and he deserves a shot too. I mean, what else can you say? He definitely is one of the game's best players. I think this was just his one big moment to finally break through and get a big finish at a major event, and I'm excited to see him play as well. Now next up we have probably one of the most established players in the game, probably somebody who should have been in the tournament a while ago, and that's Jay Hornung. Now, Jay, of course, took third at the World Championships last year, and also third at U.S. Nationals last year. And he also has a second place finish at U.S. Nationals, and a third place finish at Worlds, making that 2 top 4s at Worlds, 1 finals appearance, and 1 top 4 finish at the U.S. National Championship, which is honestly one of the best resumes of any player in the game. Jay has been one of the most consistent players in the history of the Pokemon TCG. He has qualified for every World Championship under the Nintendo era, one of only a handful of players to do that. And of course, once again, he's qualified this year, and he has a ton of championship points. So Jay should be, he probably should have been in this tournament a while ago. But we're giving him a shot this year. Should be, I'm saying this about everybody, but should be exciting to see him play. And that's because everybody's exciting. Everybody is worthy of being in this tournament, and it just should be awesome. Now, the next player is someone who should actually throw a little excitement into the mix, kind of a wild card, and that is the one and only Jay Witz. Now, this is Josh Wittenkeller. Of course, most people know him from his YouTube channel, but this guy can play. In 2011, he made the top 8 at the World Championships, and he's been a regional champion before, so he's got some credentials. We're bringing him into the tournament for excitement. People love this guy. They love watching him play, and I'm sure a lot of people are going to root for him, and he kind of brings a buzz to the tournament. So we're excited to have Josh play. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he brings. He hasn't been playing too much this season, but I'm sure he'll whip up something good for the tournament, and we'll see what happens. You never know what's going to happen with a guy like this. And whatever happens, it should be entertaining. It should be exciting. Now, our 7th player, of course, is going to be last year's champion of the event, and that's Sugiyoshi Yamato. Now, this guy, what can you say? He is the 2004 undefeated world champion. He followed it up with a top 8 finish at the next World Championship. He then, in 2007, made another top 4. Actually, I believe it was top 4, top 8, either way. This guy is one of the best performers in the history of the World Championship, and that means a lot when you consider we don't really know much about Japan's tournament results. We don't really know how he does outside of Worlds, but every time he shows up to Worlds, he either grinds in or has a very good performance at the World Championships. Also, he won the tournament last year, so he's an automatic invite, and we're excited to see him again this year. He definitely put on a show last year. He just kind of has an aura about him. Everybody loves Yamato, and it should be awesome to see him play once again. We don't get to see Japanese players too often, so it's really exciting to be able to feature him. Alright, so you might notice we only mentioned 7 players there, and that's because we're leaving the 8th person up to you. We're taking a vote on our website. Check the description for the link, and whoever gets the most votes will play in the event. Your 5 options are Jason Kozinski, Sammy Sakum, Gino Lombardi, Ross Cawthon, and David Cohen, who was a 2011 world champion. And all these guys definitely are worthy of playing in the event. No question about that. But when it comes down to it, we only have 8 spots. So we wanted to keep this tournament fresh, but we're still leaving it up to you. Vote in the poll in the description. We'll have the link there. And whoever gets the most votes will be playing as the 8th member of our tournament. So show some love for your favorite player. Tell us who you want to see in the tournament. We're leaving it up to you. Also, if anybody would like to donate prizes or sponsor us, we're definitely open to that. We're going to be streaming the event live, and we'll also post the videos on YouTube. So there's definitely opportunity for advertising and such as well. If you're interested, please email us at thetopcutpokemon@gmail.com. Link is in the description as well. That's all I got for now. Looking forward to this event. And voting closes Wednesday night. So it's Wednesday at 11:59 Eastern Standard Time. So you have until tomorrow to vote. So hurry up, get your votes in. And we're excited to see who you pick for the 8th and final member. Whoever you pick, this should be an awesome tournament. Thanks, guys. I am Puka from the Top Cut. We are really ecstatic to be able to provide this event for you guys every year, and we're really looking forward to it. So take care, and I'll see you guys soon.